Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you Game 3 in a best of 3 series. Dignitas Select versus Liquid Sheth. Game 3 taking place on Shakuras Plateau. Promises to be a really good matchup now, as we see Select spawning on the top left-hand side, Sheth spawning on the bottom right-hand side. And Sheth opening up, or in the last game, used a rather curious opening where he went Zerglings into essentially Ultralists and Infestors. So that's all he had, Zerglings, Ultralists, and Infestors. I didn't see Roaches, or I didn't see that many Roaches if there were any. And yeah, just did a really great job of forcing this Game 3. Now, in this best of 3 series, if Select is able to win, he will win the first place seeding from the North American Battle.net Invitational that will be taking place at BlizzCon. As Sheth wins this best of 3 series, they will force another best of 3 series between Select and Sheth, as Sheth did come from the loser bracket once. Actually, not going to give you that spoiler information if you guys really want to watch all of those games. The games have been pretty exciting so far. Unfortunately, I cannot cast every single matchup, as yeah, it takes me about 5 hours to cast, or 4 hours to cast and upload everything anyways. You can now see the SCV did do a little bit of a rather early scout there. It looks like this Overlord perhaps was a bit delayed in doing its scout, but this Overlord will now be making its way over here, as we are now getting a prox, or a second barracks being placed down by Select. A double racks opening from Select, and this is going to be very interesting. I don't believe this drone will catch it at all, and I believe a supply depot could be added here. And if a supply depot is added here, it may look like Select is trying to do an expansion opening as that SCV now makes its way down. Will this one drone be able to scout out? And it looks like it will in fact be able to. And that is going to be all the critical information it needs to see. He's going to spot that there are no refineries, and also no additional supply depot. That Marine going to try to shut down this drone. The drone may get taken down. It looks like it will get destroyed. And oh, getting destroyed right before it grows up to be an extractor there. We are now double training up Marines, and SCV will be coming back up that ramp. I still do not believe that Sheth spotted. No, he did not spot this one barracks down here, as they are now going to be pushing out into this position. Are we going to perhaps be getting another command center? It looks like this drone trying to run away once more, down to 22 hit points. More Marines going to be added once again. So 3 Marines perhaps going to be laying down a lot of pressure, as an SCV now wandering around on the inside. We are getting that extractor. The extractor is a little bit later than normal, but Sheth is also getting the all-important double queen opening, as SCVs are now coming in to join on this fight. So really early Marine SCV pressure here on Shakuras Plateau. The walking distances are rather long, but if he's able to deal a significant economic blow, or just perhaps prevent Sheth from being able to license the drone, that could change the outcome a lot. You can see triple bunkers now being added. So triple bunkers coming in from Select. A spine crawler now being morphed into play as well. The spine crawler does take a little bit of time, as we are getting one queen here, a second spine crawler, and a third spine crawler being added. And will it be enough? There are not going to be any marauders, as the queens are now engaging. This one SCV in a bit of trouble, being forced to pull back. Is it going to die? It looks like it will die. And now, as the SCVs delayed their building just a little bit, this one SCV perhaps going to continue to build this one here, as the Marines are able to start firing at the spine crawler. They need to destroy the spine crawlers, otherwise that is going to be a problem, as the Marines need to start repairing all of this. You can see that this one spine crawler is taking a lot of damage already. Now going to be backing off, rooting itself off over here, and I do not believe it will be within combat range, as it is now dealing damage to this hatchery. The hatchery taking a lot of damage. The spine crawlers are trying to root themselves forward, and with what, 9 Marines inside these bunkers, this is looking to be a rather precarious situation. Zergling's now coming in, Queen now coming in. The Queen could get focused down. The Queen does get focused down. This one, Broodlings and Hatchery has been destroyed. Select has done the economic damage needed, as the SCVs are now perhaps going to be able to continue to repair off on this side. More Marines still being added. What is going to happen here? That one spine crawler, perhaps with a range of 7, should be able to shut down this bunker here in just a moment. This one spine crawler a little bit too close still, and these are just going to continue to play hopscotch and try to push themselves forward, as this creep is now receding. these spine crawlers are going to take damage, which is a problem, though. As those spine crawlers take damage, I believe this spine crawler should be within range. Not quite sure. Oh, not within range. That spine crawler was almost within range there, and now going to root themselves here. You can see that the spine crawler, is it still on creep? Yes, the Marines are now trying to fight back over here. They're going to get caught out of position. The Marines all left that bunker. And, wow, not that smart of a move there. SCV is currently trying to repair this one particular bunker here. Marines, these spine crawlers are going to start bleeding. If this SCV can continue to repair it and the Marines can get inside this bunker, it may actually be enough, as we now have a bit of a counterattack. Zerglings now finishing off these units over here. SCVs coming in to engage. SCVs are coming in just in time and gonna finish off all of those Marines. But is this enough here? It looks as though, yes, gonna actually start salvaging this. Yes, it looks like it will be salvaged as the hatchery is done. But I believe Sheth could have ended up losing these spine crawlers, but Sheth still not that far behind. 21 SCVs, or 20 SCVs versus 20 drones. And now this front door being re-established. Select needs to upgrade this to an orbital command, and 8 minutes into this game, still no factories, no gas yet from Select at all. Meanwhile, a decent amount of gas. I believe we already have that metabolic boost. Yes, Sheth's going to be running up that ramp in just a moment. You can see that there are Marines on the far side. Oh, he could have gotten underneath that barracks, prevented the landing, but did not respond in time at all, but will catch a couple of Marines in transition, or in transit, as there are now Marines just all in position, as Select now going to hide behind his Terran wall in order to just try to make his way into the mid game. With this wall now, I believe Sheth, it should feel pretty safe in trying to just power drone, or essentially just having a license to drone. He may even try to go for a third hatchery. A third hatchery while your opponent is sitting on 2 and walling up is a very smart choice. Zerglings once again getting destroyed. Select getting a lot of Marines, and now finally getting into a factory that's perhaps one of the latest factories I've ever seen built at around the 10-minute mark. As we are now teching into Tier 2, Sheth now sitting on 30 drones compared to 30 SCVs. More and more spawn larvae coming in. Will it be enough? And will these Zerglings try to morph into Banelings and destroy this front door wall? Is the other key question. Zerglings also hiding off over here. One Zergling hiding down on the low ground. That one Zergling perhaps going to get some damage onto that Marine, deciding to finally back off. 36 drones versus 34 SCVs, with more and more drones still being trained. The Zerglings now going to once again push up this ramp, realize that they cannot, and pull back once more. Spawn larva, 5 drones now being trained at a time. Down over here, it looks like another round of drones could be trained up in just a moment. And both sides just pretty much mineral locked, as they didn't establish very strong economies early. 45 drones now compared to, I believe, 38. And as long as Sheth is able to continue to drone, he should be able to ride this economic wave into the mid-game, assuming that Select does not deal a lot of damage with his Hellion Harass, as we can now see Blue Flame Tech now being researched as well. A tech lab also being added in order to research Stim Pack and Combat Shield. This front door very wide open. Zerglings perhaps going to put pressure here in just a moment. Will it be enough is the key question, as one Marine does get taken down at the trading of one Zergling there. We are now setting another Queen up and running. So this hatchery has been placed down. Sheth looking to carry his economic advantage. He's sitting on 54 drones compared to 44. Both sides, Select has no army, or no gas army at all. Meanwhile, Sheth has no gas army at all, but he will quickly change that with a whole bunch of Mutalisks as soon as he gets enough larvae. 7 Mutalisks now being trained, and we should perhaps be seeing some missile turrets being added as well. Now, Hellions making their way down. There are a lot of Marines. The Marines are not yet upgraded. No stim packs, so they may fall prey to those Mutalisks rather quickly. There are also a lot of creep tumors in the center portion of the map. As you can now see, the Hellions looking to clear out more and more and regain that map control. That creep tumor down to 11 hit points. It looks like more and more creep tumors will get destroyed, as Sheth working so hard to get a very strong map presence, all of a sudden losing all of those creep tumors, and not much he can really do about it. Sheth also coming in with a queen, the queen attempting to slash away, but with so many Hellions, the Hellions are able to torch down that queen, and now the Mutalisks and Zerglings looking to deal even more damage. The Mutalisks going after perhaps those Hellions, Hellion getting destroyed, Marines now trying to engage as well. The Marines do not have stim, as the Banelings fighting those Marines down on the bottom, and Sheth with superior numbers able to finish off and save this one hatchery, this Zergling getting this one Marine getting taken down by a small number of Zerglings as well. A much larger army coming in from Sheth. We are perhaps going to get some missile turrets. No missile turrets as of yet, as the Zergling's going to try to push up this ramp. Zergling's now being forced to pull back, as the Marines are once again getting on the right side of that barricade, wanting to make sure that they do not take any claw damage from these Zerglings. And now once again pushing in, it looks like the Zerglings, it looks like, oh, that tech lab gonna get destroyed. Yeah, down goes that tech lab, and perhaps gonna start now shooting at the barracks instead, going after another barracks, and in comes a Thor. The Thor gonna be able to deal a lot of damage. No, not able to deal that much damage at all, even though those Mutalisks were stacked. Only one round of Javelin missiles were launched, as we are now getting into the Terran building armor, adding 2 armor to those missile turrets for a total of 2 armor. I believe the missile turret is one of the few buildings that only has 0 armor, and then can be upgraded to 2. We are now getting a lot of Banelings morphed in over here. A dozen Banelings hiding off on the side of the map. The Banelings will have that movement speed upgrade, if not as they hatch in within a moment's notice. As Sheth looking to just continue to spawn larvae and perhaps start transfusing this hatchery, as it is rather low on hit points. Level 1 vehicle weapons upgrade about to be completed, so those Thors will be able to deal, I believe, I can't even do my math anymore. 64 minus 8? Yeah, 64 minus 16. Yeah, 48 damage? Yeah, not 100% sure. Yeah, 48 damage here as the Thors are now pushing in once more. You can see, yeah, 48 damage there. And then we'll be able to deal a little bit more with that level 1 weapons upgrade. 14 times 4 is, I believe, 64? Or 64 or 50? 56. Oh my goodness, my math sucks. Anyways, a planetary fortress now being built over here. It looks like that SCV will finish off that missile turret, and now finish off another missile turret here. But these Mutalisks will be able to have free reign on all of these supply depots, causing a lot of harassment. One supply depot now down, looking to deal even more damage to the rest of these supply depots, backing off at just the right moment, and now attacking another supply depot once more. It looks like that chain damage should be enough to at least slow down this supply depot here. That supply depot may be in the red, as the Marines are now finally making their way over. The supply depots are in the red now. Oh, that supply depot just a little bit away from being burnt down at 135 hit points. I think one more shot would have done it. Planetary Fortress is up and running, so it is going to be 3 bases to almost 4 now, as Sheth takes the starting location on the top right-hand side of the map. Select sitting on 63 SCVs compared to 77 drones. Hive tech and a lot of spine crawlers now being built in the center portion. Will Sheth also have enough base defense in order to enough spine crawlers to just mineral dump into spine crawlers and then walk those spine crawlers into his opponent's base and deal even more damage? A Thor now making its way over as well. In addition to a lot of these Marines, the Marines going to finish off this creep tumor and now continue to perhaps try to finish off even more, as there is one Thor here. The army of the Terran player is slightly larger in terms of overall gas, but that is about it. And now we are sitting on about 200 food once more. Sheth should really take this opportunity to try to attack, as every moment that this game now goes longer, the more advantage, or the larger the advantage of Select, as Select is now Select now can free up some food cap, and now we can see that the Marines are continuing to push in. The Marines will be able to finish off 1 spine crawler, 2 spine crawlers, a 3rd spine crawler may be finished as well. That Baneling going to get splashed. Another spine crawler will get destroyed, as Sheth losing all of his spine crawlers, but having a lot of Banelings in production. 21 Banelings in production, with a lot of Zerglings. I believe that is 36 Banelings in total. Yeah, 36 banelings in total, looking to push forward even further. Select now apparently trying to do a drop over here on the north side of the main base. Select having the clear advantage right now. If he's able to get in a lot of damage, perhaps shut down some of these overlords. But the Mutalisks are now coming in, and this may be a bit of a problem. If Select loses a full medevac, that is going to be huge, huge, horrible news. And what is Sheth doing with this? You can now see that the Marines are trying to fight back, but there is just too much damage to be had. Down goes that medevac there, as the Mutalisks find an easy target. But now in comes the main battle, but the Marines melting away many of those, or the Banelings melting away many of those Marines. As Select continue to push their way in, Zerglings now trying to swarm in once more. Drones now being transferred off to the north. It looks like all of those drones will be able to return home. Baneling's going to finish off that siege tank there. Zerglings now trying to deal even more damage to that one Marine. It looks like that siege tank will get destroyed, as the Banelings desperately try to run away. The Marines try to desperately run away. The Banelings playing a game of catch-up here, and it looks like Select is now in trouble, as the Zerglings have started to run inside the base. The main buildings have been destroyed, and there is the GG from Select. So Sheth able to take this best of three series and force another best of three series between him and Select. So Sheth coming out ahead. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this best of three series from the BlizzCon Battle.net Invitational North American servers.